Alright. So like, hey, shalom, brothers. It's a brother from GMSNORTHCAROLINA. Came back with another video. Before we go any further, we give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Makar Kodash. Double honors to our apostle and elders, the great millstones teaching us the truth according to the Bible well. And peace and blessings still for like the other nation of Israel today through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. It's just going to get into a lesson. They're kind of like a part 2 lesson I've done. Brothers, we always repeat lessons, but I'm pretty much going to use the same title. It's going to be somewhere around the lines of, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's going to be titled, What Did You Think Would Happen Part 2? What did you think was going to happen? And this lesson is centered upon towards you Edomites, Who are the Edomites? Edomites are the self-proclaimed white man, so-called white man, the red man of the earth, What do you think was going to happen for enslaving the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans? What did you think was going to happen for you, promoting all this wickedness in the earth? For you, killing and slaughtering the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, destroying the earth, taking out sucking the earth dry of all its resources. What did you think was going to happen? Did you think that nothing was going to happen? Did you think you were just going to run away scot-free? No, This is obviously you did. This is Jeremiah 49:12. For thus saith the Lord. Here it is. We're speaking the words of the Lord, and the Lord is saying, for thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And what does that cup represent? Let me just look it up. Trembling. Yep, this is Isaiah chapter 51:17. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. For thou hast drunken the dregs. The dregs are the bottom of the cup, so we've drunken the whole cup. It says, awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. For thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. Yeah, so we drunk of that cup. He's talking about the Israelites. Let's read it one more time. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. Yeah, we have drunken down the Lord's fury, the cup of the cup of his fury, the cup of trembling. It says, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Yes, the so-called white man. Are you going to go all together unpunished, Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Yeah, you're going to surely drink of the same cup we drink, Everything we went through, you were going to go through. But double. This is Revelations chapter 18, verse 4. It says, I'm going to start 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Reward her, even as she rewards you. Yeah. When the scripture said that her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities, the Most High is giving the report of all the wickedness that this so-called white man is doing down here on the earth. Scriptures say nothing is hid before his eyes. Reward her even as she rewarded you. And how did this so-called white man reward us? The scriptures talk about the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robberies. This so-called white man has robbed us of our heritage. He has robbed us of who we are as a nation. He's taught us lies. He's he's performed his witchcraft upon us. To us, which is us believing in his lies. But the Spirit of the Lord, has risen us up in these last days. We're waking up to who we are as a people. It says, reward her even as she rewards you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she had filled to her, double. So double is going to come to these Edomites. Double. We've been in captivity for about 500 years, and they're going to serve double that. Double a long 1,000 years of slavery. This is Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the nations and them that fear thy name, small and great, and that thou shouldest destroy them which destroyed the earth. Yes, so the Lord is going to destroy them which destroyed the earth. Who destroyed the earth? The so-called white man. Scripture say the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. So the wicked, being the so-called white man, in his time and rulership, he has destroyed the earth. He's enslaved the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Not only did he enslave us, he treated us treacherously. Is Romans 13:9. Using our children as alligator bait. Many things that this so-called white man done, he's going to be paid back for it. Feeding our people GMO foods. You have plastic rice. You have all these, you know, abominable foods which are promoted here as a luxury. You get them from dirt cheap prices. Certain, seafood delicacies, they worship here. It's just, it's just this whole earth is backwards. That's why the so-called white man has to go into slavery for all the things he's done. Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leaveth into captivity shall go into captivity. Yes, so he that leaves the Israelites into captivity, aka slavery, is going to have to go into captivity. It's that simple. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword, and it's obvious, you know, we are killed with the sword all the day long, It says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. Yeah, so this is what the saints, which is the elect ultimately, this is what they're long suffering, that's where that word patience go back to. This is what we believe in, and we're patiently waiting for. We're suffering, we're going through our suffering till we know that in due time the Lord's going to come and take this so-called white man out of slavery. I'm sorry, out of rulership, and he's going to receive slavery. This is Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of persons. Yeah, there's no respect of persons with Yahweh Shemashah. You do wrong, you're going to receive for the wrong which you have done. It's that simple. I'm bringing out two more scriptures. I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Because, brothers should know by now the so-called white man is going to slavery, I said, should be a known fact amongst Israel. This is Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, and what did the white man sow? What did Esau Edom sow? He sowed rape, robbery, murder, captivity amongst Israel. So that's what he's going to reap. He's going to receive his reward for these things are going to be captivity. And much more. We don't really we have an inkling, we know part how much hell this so-called white man's gonna catch, but really it can't really be described in words, but the Lord's gonna put His anger upon us. We're gonna judge these Edomites according to that, according to the Lord's anger, and the Lord's pissed off. Job 4:8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. Yeah. So recompense, seeing that it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. So it is a righteous thing with Yahweh Shema Shai that payback be shown towards the nation that have troubled us. And who has troubled us the most on this earth? In this day and age, the Edomites. This is Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Oz. So we telling the Edomites to live it up, enjoy, Lord's willing, this is the last so-called, last Saturnalia day, that is held in high regard here, in America, because that land of Oz is talking about America. So we're telling them to rejoice, live it up, especially you elites, It says, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. The cup of trembling is going to pass through unto them. Thou shalt be made drunken. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. Yeah, thou shalt be drunken. You're gonna drink the whole cup. It says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. Yeah, our punishment, it's accomplished, We drank the cup, now our captivity is at an end. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. Yeah, this is our last captivity at the end. This proves right here that the so-called white man will have to be the Edomites. It says, the punishment of thy iniquities is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquities, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. So that's stating when Jacob, when our last captivity, before we got the laws written our inward parts, the Edomites will be in power, just like it tells you in Second Ezra, the 6th chapter. But there was one more precept I was supposed to get. Yep. I'm gonna get this last one close up. This is because the Edomites, I don't know what they were thinking, putting, touching the apple of the Lord's eye, Judgment is only coming for the Edomites. This is Psalm 75:7. I'm going to start at 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High is the judge. He putteth down one and set up another. And the Lord is about to put down you Edomites and set up the nation of Israel. For in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture. And he poureth out the same, but the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. Yeah, so you're going to have to drink the fury of the Lord, because you're the wicked. You're going to have to be judged for your wickedness, and the Lord's going to take you out of power, and He's going to set up the meek in your stead. He's going to set up the nation of Israel in your stead. This is Sirach 10:14. The Lord hath cast down the thrones of the proud princes, and set up the meek in their stead. Yes, the Lord is about to cast down the thrones of this so-called white man, and every rulership, every king needs servants, and the Lord is going to put you heathens as servitude for the nation of Israel. The Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their places. The Lord hath overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundation. He took some of them away and destroyed them and made their memorial to cease from the earth. Yeah, so Yahweh Shemashai is going to bring great judgment upon these Edomites, and after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, we're gonna take them, in a great bonfire and burn them up, you know. But there's gonna be a long, drawn out 1,000 years that you Edomites are gonna have to serve in slavery, and you other heathens too. You're not gonna get away scot free. You want to be joining hand in hand with the so-called white man, so you're gonna join hand in hand straight into captivity with him. But the Lord's willing, brothers, will edify. The so-called white man is going into slavery. Just remember that. Believe that that would happen. It's gonna look. When the Lord comes back, He ain't gonna have. There is no fighting against the Lord. The Lord created the so-called white man. The scriptures say, "Have not the Father power over the clay?" The Lord has power over the whore. The Lord has power over the so-called white man. He's going to take him out of power. He's going to set the nation of Israel. And, these heathens are going to captivity. With that, we give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Karkwadash. Double honors to our apostle and others, a great millstone, for teaching us the truth according to the Bible well. And peace and blessings so for like the nation of Israel. Next time we say, Shalom.